The XMG Evo 15 is an amazing ultrabook that perfectly balances power and portability. That's why this is the perfect laptop for work and school. This laptop's so awesome, it can be used all day with no worries, and I'd even say this is a good alternative for those who are willing to get a NOM laptop just for the extended battery life. I've been using this piece for a few days now and I've got nothing to complain about. Let's talk a bit about its background. The Evo 15 is a laptop manufactured in Germany by Schenker Technologies under the brand of XMG. This brand is not very known, sadly, but it surely deserves a good reputation. Having 4 customer support awards, this company is known for having a very active support team online, either in Discord, Reddit, or their own support methods. Besides the Evo 15, the stock lists a bunch of other medium and high-end laptops and pre-built desktops just to make sure it fits into everyone's likings. They're also known for supporting laptop upgrades, so you don't have to worry with other brands' habits, Apple, of not allowing you to change your hardware. Here, you can modify pretty much whatever you want in your laptop, and besides choosing your own specs, you can even order some parts that are listed on their website via the support team, like if you need a new battery, for example. If you're thinking of getting a laptop but you still aren't sure about this brand, make sure to join their Discord to check on other members who already own one of the machines. The link will be on the description. Now let's go for the unboxing part. This computer comes in a unique box. I've never seen anything like this before. I really love the design of it. Before you ask, yes, I did open it upside down. The opening gives a good feeling that I just bought a really premium laptop. I love it. It comes with a mousepad, which is quite a nice surprise. It's a big mousepad even. Then there's the laptop. It's quite small. I like it. It's not too heavy and it looks very portable. Well, it's a laptop, so. The box also includes the power brick, an instruction manual, a 64GB USB flash drive with the drivers and manual, a little opening plasticky thing, and the AMD CPU stickers. I'm very happy that they didn't glue the CPU stickers on the laptop, since that's something I really don't appreciate, but it's also nice to have them if I ever want to glue them there. Anyways, enough of lore, let's see what's inside this beautiful machine. You can modify different than what I did, more on that later. Let's start with the outside. This laptop is fully built of aluminum, therefore it has a strong chassis that helps with cooling when things get toasty. The keyboard is incredible. If I had to compare it to other brands, I'd say that this keyboard is slightly similar to a high-end Asus machine, which is one of my favorites. It doesn't bend easily either. It has 5 light modes, including off, and has a numpad, which I value a lot. They offer various keyboard layouts on their website. The touchpad is also really pleasant to use. Before touching this laptop, I really hated how any other touchpad felt. This one is really smooth, works flawlessly, and I'd happily replace my mouse for it. Except for gaming, of course. Now, I saved the screen for last because this is one of the main reasons I got this laptop. Peaking at 600 nits on some tests, this thing can get really bright, which is perfect for someone who likes to work outside or just wants to be safe in case they're in a very light space. Besides the bright and vivid colors, this 15.3-inch display offers full sRGB coverage and an amazing resolution of 2560 by 1600. That means it's 16 by 10, which is perfect for reading and overall productivity since it's slightly longer. On top of that, the screen goes all the way up to 240Hz, making everything look even more fluid. Let's talk ports. On the left we've got the Kensington lock, a USB-A 2.0, USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 which has DisplayPort 1.4 and can be used for charging, and a 3.5mm aux jack. On the right there are 2 USB-A 3.2 Gen 1 ports and the SDXC card reader. There are even more ports on the back, a full-size HDMI 2.0B, another USB-C but this time 4.0 DisplayPort 1.4a, and this port can also be used for charging, and an edge 45GB Ethernet port. The laptop features dual fan cooling for the CPU. The webcam is 1080p 60 and it has support for Windows Hello. I haven't tested it much as Linux support for this webcam isn't great, but from what I've tested on Windows it works. This feature is very cool. It comes with a 100W USB-C charger that has a total of 3.3 meters of cable length. Now, considering the power this tiny 15.3-inch laptop has, it only weighs around 1.6 kilograms, which is very light for a laptop. Now let's check the insides of this beast. So I got the AMD variant, rocking a Ryzen 7 8845HS with 8 cores and 16 threads, maxing out at 5.1 GHz. This 45W CPU can do pretty much anything you'll need for work or school. I bought mine with 8GB of RAM and a 1TB Samsung 990 Evo SSD. Then I bought new RAM locally because it was a bit cheaper. I've added 32GB of 5600 MHz RAM because I think that'll be enough for now. It has got an Intel Wi-Fi 6 AX200 Wi-Fi card with Bluetooth 5.2. I can get enough internet speeds for my needs over Wi-Fi since it can go up to 2.4 gigabits per second. My favorite part comes now, the absolute massive 99.8 watt battery that can last up to 10 hours of usage if you're using the screen at 60Hz and low brightness, which I do mainly. I only switch to 140 if I want to game, but even at maximum brightness and high refresh rate, it can last up to 6 hours. Keep in mind, I always have a few apps open, so the CPU is never idle. Worst case scenario, using performance mode and 100% CPU, it dies after 2 long hours. Pretty good, no? I mean, no one will realistically max out the CPU for 2 whole hours straight. The laptop has 2 M.2 slots over a total of 16TB supported by these slots, as well as 2 SODIMM DDR5 slots for RAM expansion. As I mentioned earlier, you can configure your laptop the way you like. There is also an Intel Ultra 7 155H variant for €150 more. You can upgrade the RAM all the way up to 96GB. You can choose more than one storage device or none. It's possible to buy a Windows key directly from the website. There's an option to remove the XMG logo from the back of the laptop. There are different warranty options from the free 24 months to 36 months. There are several power supply cables available for purchase, depending on where you live, and you can even pick your own. You can include accessories like simple bags, backpacks, or even a USB-C to DisplayPort adapter. On the good side, you have a very accurate and bright screen, long battery life, upgradability, it has an Ethernet port, charges via USB-C and can be charged from the back and from the side, is light and slim, basically it's portable. On the bad side, the HDMI is not very accessible if you're gonna use this laptop connected to projectors, like on school, but you can always get a USB-C to HDMI adapter, and the aluminum texture makes it so easy to leave touch marks on the laptop, but it is relatively easy to clean with a microfiber cloth. Besides all these nice specs and overall good build quality, the user experience is very important here. I personally think this laptop is good for school because of how silent it can be while still giving good performance. I think mixing this CPU with 32GB of RAM is quite the perfect match, especially for people like me who like to have everything open and not lose performance. Also, not having to charge this laptop every day is simply perfect because it saves time, and I know I won't be needing to bring my charger to school all the time, even if I'll need to do heavy workloads. Besides that, I think this laptop's aesthetics is just perfect. It's a pretty device and I'm happy that I've achieved this and now belong to the XMG family. It's also a good device for those who like to play during breaks since the CPU packs some serious performance, so it's both a great device for slightly heavy workloads and light gaming. Now, without the script, I've been using this laptop daily in school, and I've been loving it so far. It was honestly like one of the best choices I've made. It was a bit more expensive than buying something locally, of course, because it's not a well-known brand and they're still like growing, but the build quality is very good. I really like this device. Maybe it's just because, well, I like computers in general, but I think that this laptop really made me see like laptops in another way, because I always saw laptops as lower power machines that are pretty much useless since I rather use a tower computer instead of a laptop. But having a lot of battery and still having like a lot of performance and the laptop barely gets hot, I think that mixing all of those good things makes it so it's easier to, you know, have a laptop and use it daily, and it just makes it so laptops don't feel that bad. I think XMG is trying to make it so some people like me that have this mindset can change to laptops, and well, of course I need one for school, but I was thinking of getting just a cheap device and who cares, it's just for school, I won't be needing anything that great. But now that I have a good laptop, and yeah, now that I bought something a bit more expensive, it just feels, you know, feels good, feels natural to just use this device instead of using my desktop computer every day. It's a good device, I really like it, and that's also another reason why I'm making this review, because I was not asked to do it, I just decided, well, why not? There's no review on this laptop yet, so I mean, besides websites, I mean on YouTube, there's still not a single review of this laptop, so I decided why not, and also because I really liked it. It's not just because it's a good laptop with good specs. You see, the brand really put some love in this. I think they're treating this like a child. They're really like taking care of what they're doing. They're really investing their time and love in some of these machines, and maybe big corporations can share this mindset, but they just do not sell it like XMG. They don't sell this mindset like they do. The big brands just build a bunch of computers, like a bulk creation, and then they sell it. They just send it over. They don't really care about what people say. XMG sometimes makes some, forgot, like those Google Forms things where they ask for people's opinions. They ask us, what would you like us to do on our laptop? Would this be a good idea? And having that kind of interaction just makes it so it's easier to know what people are looking for, and also makes it easier to trust on what you're buying. I did not need something this powerful for school, of course, but it's always good to just invest a little bit more on a computer, knowing that it will last for longer. And I don't really know what I'm gonna do in the next year, so it was quite of an investment, really. But honestly, I think that it was a good choice, because XMG really likes what they're doing, and they know what they're doing. As I said, they listen to the people, so like recently I answered, I mean a few days ago, months, maybe when I bought the laptop, I answered to one of those polls. They asked if we wanted to have like RAM, like soldered RAM or not soldered RAM, like the sodium sticks. And well, honestly, soldered RAM is kind of cool, but I'm a RAM eater, so I eat RAM. Literally, I can use 32 gigabytes, 64, like it's nothing. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I use a lot of RAM, and not having soldered RAM is something that's just perfect for me, because even if the RAM has some issue, like I can just buy a new one, switch it, and I wouldn't even care, like, oh, this is broken, cool, I'll just buy a new one. I'm not gonna send it for repair, I don't really care, it's just a few bucks. When it comes to soldered RAM, it's the whole laptop. If the RAM goes bad, you can't really do much with the laptop, you can disable the RAM. Of course you can just unsolder the thing, it's not the same as, you know, having the possibility to upgrade. Same thing with drives. I mean, just a few cheap computers that use NAND, not NAND, the eMMC storage. It's really bad, and well, it's kind of cool to have the ability to use like more than one drive, have two drives inside of a laptop. It's really good to have a few sockets, have RAM, the ability to change. Their support is just awesome. I've talked to some of them on Discord. They've tried to help me fix out the BIOS status I've had. They announced BIOS update. They let us know everything basically. And if we have any issue, we can just speak to them on Reddit, Discord. It's really, as I said, they really care about the customers. They really care about the people who buy their laptops. They really care about them, their you know, their reputation, which is. Honestly, it's really good. It's really good to have a brand that's like, oh, they care about us instead of just selling us something they think we want. And XMG is just doing the job. They allow us to choose the laptops we want. I know that Apple does give you the same choice as XMG of basically just, you know, customizing your laptop if you like. I mean the inside, the specs, no, not outside. Because XMG, I don't think they'd let you pick the color. Apple is really expensive, and it's one ecosystem, you know. Now, having this laptop, I could just, I'm running Linux on it, and I'm very happy with that, because I did pick my operating system. I'm not telling you to use Linux, use Windows as you desire. It's just good to have something, you know, it supports both of them. It supports the apps I want. It's giving me what I asked it to give. It just matches what I wanted, so this is exactly what I wanted to buy. A good performance laptop that has a lot of RAM, a lot of storage, a good screen that is bright, have a good build quality, have a good keyboard. I was very worried about a keyboard, really, and this keyboard is really good. That had a numpad, for example. I don't know why, but I really like numpads. So having a numpad is something I like here. I'm just talking about this specific laptop, but it's kind of cool you can customize the laptops. Yeah, since this part had no script, it's kind of, you know, messed up, but I'll try to leave it as understandable as possible. I really like the brand. Thank you for existing, XMG. I'm very happy that I found it before school started, because that made me buy the laptop, like this laptop, instead of just, you know, an Acer. I was looking for the VivoBooks because I really like the build quality, and I mean, they're kind of plasticky, but I was gonna spend a lot of money on a laptop anyways. 1,000, it's quite a lot for me, so I was gonna spend around that. I was just looking for a good laptop, right? Basically the XMG I bought, which is everything I could ask. Anyways, I really hope you like this video. Thanks for listening to this part. I've been enjoying the time I spent with this laptop so far, and I absolutely love the staff team. It's so easy to reach to them in case you have an issue. I'd say it's easier to get your problem solved than any other big company. For the ones who dislike the bigger form factor or the numpad, there's also the Evo 14, offering the same specs at a smaller price. And size. I mean, technically the smaller size. I just did not, it's written size there, but I read price, so Yeah, both of them are smaller. It's a bit cheaper, just a few bucks. The link will be on the description, of course.